Welcome back to the channel. It's time for another video. This is the Launch Mode Project, and let's see what we're going to get into today. So we already talked about what to look for in a broker. This time we're going to talk about opening an account, because at this point you've already did your research. You've already found the broker that you're looking for. They have met your criteria, and now you're ready to open an account. Now, how do we do that? So we're going to talk about how we're going to do that. Now, let's be honest, every broker, they have different requirements. However, for the most part, every broker is going to have the same requirements when it comes to opening an account. Some may have more, some may have less. But either way, I want to cover everything that these brokers are going to be looking for and asking of you. Now, if your broker, if I say something that your broker does not require, that's cool. Scratch it out. But we're going to make sure that we get all the details so that you're prepared when you get ready to open an account. Now, I'm going to say this now. I am not a financial advisor. I'm not a financial expert, not at all. I'm just a regular, megada girl who's cute. Anyway, who loves researching stocks and everything, right? This is fun to me, and I enjoy doing it. And I just want to share the information, all right? So you will invest at your own risk. Do your own due diligence and research what you need to research. Because don't be trying to come for me and say, well, she said this, she said that. Hey, I'm telling you what I know, right? But I didn't say you have to go with what I know. So, because I'm not a financial expert, nor a financial advisor. But, you know, I'm a little smart. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, for real, invest at your own risk and whatnot. So we're going to get into it. Again, we're on opening an account. This is step 2 in the process for getting started with investing. Our pre-step was already, you need to budget first. And then our official step 1 was find a broker that meets your requirements. And now we're on step 2, which is to open an account. Now, let's find out what you need to do and what you should do when you're opening an account and what you should not do when you're opening an account. Now, it's going to be informative, but I got to say a little things for some of y'all. I ain't saying who, but you'll know who I'm talking about as we go through the steps. So it's not going to be, it shouldn't be a long video at all, but hey, we got to talk about it. All right, so again, our step 1, what we're going to do, we are going to decide the type of account you want to open. So you can decide, because again, based on when you did your research for the broker, you found out the different types of products that they offer, right? And you said, you know what, this is what I'm looking for, so that's what you did. But again, you're going to decide if you're going to open a brokerage account where, you know, it's going to be taxable now, where you can go in and just buy stocks, buy whatever it is that you want to buy. Are you going to do a retirement account like a traditional IRA, a Roth IRA? What type of retirement account are you going to do? Are you looking for a health savings account? Again, just to make sure that you are covered if you need any type of medical care, right? Or use any type of medical products. Then you're going to decide if you maybe want to do a 529 college savings plan for your children, right? They're going to get to an age, they're going to go out to college. Go ahead and start saving for them, okay? Or are you going to open a trust account, right? You know, hey, what am I going to do if something happens to me, or is my family going to be covered? So there are a lot of different things that you're going to do when it comes to that broker. Again, what type of account are you going to invest in? What type of account are you looking for? So again, that's your first step when you're opening an account. All right, step 2. Now, some of y'all may get offended. Some of you may not get offended. Some of y'all may know somebody who should be offended, okay? All right, step 2. You're going to provide your personal information. So that's going to include your name, your physical address, not mailing address, your physical address, your social security number, and your employment details. Most brokers are going to ask you for this information. You may get a broker that does not ask you for this information, but 9.5 times out of 10, they're going to want this information for you. Now, when you provide your personal information, again, you are providing your personal information. So if you're one of those people out here, and let's be honest, we got them out here. If you're one of those people out here that participate in identity fraud, shame on you, right? Stop using other people's personal information so that you can get ahead, and stop being a scammer and a fraudster. Now, if this does not apply to you, you provide, for the good people out here, provide your personal information, okay? Again, you're going to include your name, your real name, right? Like your government issued name. Don't be right there. Don't be sitting there putting no aliases or anything like that, because they're going to verify anyway. But if your name is John or Ashley McDonald, I made that up. Ashley McDonald or something like that, that is your given name. You're going to provide that name, your government issued name, not no aliases, because you do have those people out here. Somebody probably listen to me right now. You know you done stole somebody's identity, or you see him making up names and everything. Give the people back their identity. Use your own stuff, okay? But for real, include your name, right? Include your address, your physical address. Do not include a mailing address. It's very important because you have to verify. The broker has to verify who you are, and that you are indeed allowed, and that you are allowed to open a brokerage account, especially if you're in the United States, right? So you want to make sure that you provide a valid address, okay? Woo. Social security number. You need this in order for them to identify you, because you do know that you're going to pay taxes, right? You're going to pay taxes, in case you did not know. So that's why they're going to need your social security number, so they can match you with your account, and so they can make sure they bill you. Or at least the IRS. They're not going to bill you per se, but they're going to provide that information to the IRS to ensure that you pay your taxes and everything, right? So make sure it's your social security number and not someone else's. And then you're going to provide your employment details, right? If you know you work for somebody, hey, provide that employer's name and that phone number. They may ask for the address, but I know at least the name and the phone number they will ask for. Now, if you are a person that's retired, hey, you might see an option. You will see an option that will say retired, okay? So click the retire, button and whatnot. And you may be a person that's kind of like, you may be self-employed. There's going to be an option that says, hey, I'm self-employed. So employed, self-employed, partially retired, fully retired, because you may still be at an age where you're still young enough to work, right? Or you may be at the age where you're definitely old enough to retire. However, you may be bored and you decide, I want to get me another job. You're out there working. Either way, there's going to be options for each of those things right here. So just make sure that you choose the option that belongs to you, right? Not nobody else. I know I keep saying that, but do you know how many scams there is out here and how much identity theft goes on? Oh my goodness, it's crazy, right? All right. So then, again, we're talking about opening an account. Step 3. Next, you're going to enter your financial details, such as your annual income, your investment experience, and your risk tolerance. Okay, your annual income. There ain't no reason for lying about your annual income, Now, I'm not going to sit there and say that they go verify what your annual income is. I don't think they necessarily do that and everything, but when you do your annual income, it kind of opens up other opportunities for you, and it's going to allow them probably to offer you additional products and services, right? Just based on your income level, right? So if you tell them, as an example, my income is only like $20,000 a year, which is nothing. There's nothing wrong with that. There's going to be certain services and products that you cannot use. Okay, some you can, some you cannot. If you tell them, hey, my annual income is $100,000, $120,000 a year, then more things are going to open up to you. So that's one thing that that they're looking for. Just make sure that you're honest when it comes to your annual income. And then one thing you can keep, even once your account opens, then if your annual income changes, you can always go in and do an edit and update your annual income. Okay. Then they're going to ask you your investment experience. The reason they ask you your investment experience because there are different types of products out there that you can use when you're using your brokerage account. As an example, you might be a person that trades, right? Let's say that not only do you want to invest into the stock market, but just buy and sell shares or hold them for a long period of time. You might want to trade. Like, hey, I want to trade this particular stock, say Apple, and you may be a day trader, a scalper, whatever the case it is, that that the type of person that you are, they offer that right there. So that's why you want to make sure that you put in your investment experience, because you may be a newbie. Like, hey, I've only been doing this for a year, maybe less than that. So they want to see that information. Or I've been doing this for 5 years. I've been doing this for 10 years. Put that information in there. Now, I will say, when you depends on the type of account that you open. As an example, let's say you want to trade stock options, right? And you tell them, my investment experience, I've only been in the market, or I've only been trading stock options for 1 year or less. They may tell you, oh, you cannot trade options right now because you are not seasoned. You're not a seasoned investor. You don't know what you're doing. The risk is too high for you, so they may not allow you to trade, even though you do have some people that will get in here and they will tell a fib. You are fibbing, fibbing, fibbing. All right, for all that didn't know what that was, that came from DuckTales years ago. I probably just told y'all my age, but I'm still cute, baby. Whatever. But anyway, that was something I've always loved. But anyway, yeah. So some people will exaggerate their experience though, but hey, that's for that's for another thing though. But just know, regardless, that you're going to let them know what your investment experience is, and then they may ask you, what is your risk tolerance, right? Is your risk tolerance very high? Is it high? Are you neutral? Is it low? Is it very low? So that right there again will determine the type. They want to see the type of investor that you are, because it's going to go back again to the type of products and services that they may offer or what's available to you. Okay. And it may also give them an informed decision to say, this may be someone that I can market to, because I may want to manage their account, and you may allow them to manage your account. Or you may be the type of person that says, I don't need anyone to manage my account because I can do it on my own and I have the time to do it on my own. So there are things that comes with all these questions. They're not just random questions. They're asking you these things for a reason. Now, sometimes, obviously, as individuals, we need to be strategic about what answers we give and everything, right? I'm not saying to do anything fraudulent or whatever, because you always want to be honest anytime that you're doing anything, especially when it comes to the IRS and where your taxes or things like that is going to be affected, right? So you just want to make sure that you're giving the proper information, and that you're not, again, a scammer or a fraudster who's out here using other people's identity to open up accounts. So it's something to be mindful of. Okay, so again, once you provide all of your financial details, right, then you're going to get a link and whatnot, or email, for you to go ahead and set up an account, basically your login credentials, to basically go ahead and give yourself your username and a password so that you may have access to your account. Now, again, when you're setting up your username and your password, obviously you want to make sure that it's something that you're going to remember, or that's not anything derogatory or anything like that. Then you also want to make sure that you do a password where it's hard for anyone else to hack your password. A lot of the brokers these days, a lot of platforms in general, they do offer two-factor authentication. So you may want to go ahead and do that right there as well when you're setting up your username and your password. Okay, and then again, once you get your username and your password, with anything that you do when it comes to investing, no different than with your bank, you're going to sign papers, right? You're going to sign papers. You're going to have those terms and conditions when it comes to that broker. and the type of account that you're opening up and whatnot. What you want to do, as we all know, you always want to read the terms and conditions so you can know what you can and what you cannot do and what are the requirements, and if there are any fees, and what happens if you do this, what happens if you do that, what happens if you don't do this, what happens if you don't do that, what happens if you fail to maintain sufficient funds or insufficient funds, things like that. So you want to make sure that you know what's going on when it comes to your account, so there's no surprises, because you already know what's going to happen. They say, God forbid, something happens to your account, or you do something wrong, or maybe they do something wrong, the broker itself do something wrong. They're going to go back and you're going to do the same thing. You're going to go back to that paperwork, because once you sign it, they're going to have a copy of it. You're going to have a copy of it. You're going to go back and say, well, hey, you agreed to this. And you're going to be like, oh, shoot, I did agree to it because I went ahead and, I signed off on it. So you're going to, again, review the terms and conditions. And if you like what you read, go ahead and do the check mark. I agree. And, of course, we always know you have a disagree button. 9 times out of 10, though, I'm going to say 10 times out of 10, you're going to do agree, because, again, we're trying to start investing. We're trying to set up an account. We're opening an account for the first time, okay? So, again, review and agree to the terms and conditions, okay? Then, once you agree to that, you're going to go ahead and submit the application. And you're going to be like this. I mean, you may not do all that, but you're going to, like, heart kind of beating, like, ooh, are they going to approve me? Are they going to approve me? And guess what? That approval process, it may be the same day approval. A lot of times it's same day approval. Or it may take 1 to 2 business days for them to approve your application and for you to actually start investing and everything, right? So that's the thing that you're waiting on. And before you know it, bam, just like that, you have opened an account. And you can start, like, well, it's going to be another step, but for the most part, you can start trading and whatnot. So, yeah, that's what you need to do to, those are the steps that you need to do to open an account, okay? Again, I'm going to go back through it. Again, you want to decide the type of account that you want to open, whether it be a brokerage account, a retirement account, a college savings plan, a health savings plan, a trust. There are different ones out there. Again, provide your personal information to include your name, address, and your social security number, to include your employment details, right? Then you want to enter your financial details. Do not lie about it, okay? Such as your annual income, your investment experience, and your risk tolerance, all right? Just make sure you submit that. And then you're going to, again, set up your login and your credentials. Make sure you have a good username and a strong password so that no one may hack it, all right? Then you're going to review and agree to the terms and conditions of that broker. Then once you submit the application, you're going to wait for approval. Again, you may get it instantly, or it may take 1 to 2 business days. All right. So with that being said, guess what? You don't open an account. Okay. You don't sit there and you did all that research on that broker, and you found you a broker that said, you know what? Hey, Megan, Megan, Keisha, Tom, whatever, Darius. Whoever watched this dang on video, probably none of y'all, the names I call, watching the video, right? They done told you, hey, we met your requirements, and you said, you know what? You met my requirement as well. We going with it, all right? So you open that brokerage account, and then you say, you know what? You research that broker, and then you said, you know what? I like y'all. I'm going to go ahead and open an account. So you went through all those steps right there. And the last part of that, it's like, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you, because these are your first steps that you need, all right? So all that being said, I make videos like these like all the time, and we're gonna do more videos like these, videos of all different types of things that involves investing and investing into the stock market, right? And we're gonna have fun with it, okay? So if you like what you heard, I want to make sure that you what I'm gonna say. You already know. Like the video. Like the video. Alright? Consider subscribing to the channel and check out the other videos I have as well, right? This will help you. This is beginner friendly. It's a beginner friendly channel, okay? Just make sure that you like the videos and subscribe to the channel. All right, for more information. And then if you know of anyone that may benefit with anything that I just said, then consider sharing the video as well. It would definitely help out a lot, and I can continue creating more content. All right, do me a favor, do leave a comment below if you like the video, and if you have questions or anything like that. All right, with that being said, I'm going to get up out of here, and I'm going to leave you with open your account. All right, bye.